Hello everyone, my name is Nathan, and today it's time for another episode of Factorio here in our step-by-step to Megabase series. In today's episode we're going to finish the Mega module in terms of hooking it up to belts and inserters, and of course also to feed it to the science labs. I would say we're gonna get started with all of the science packs, starting with the red ones right here. In the beginning we have a gear assembler, and the way we're gonna do this is hook this up together with the other material that's necessary, the copper plates. So if I just go ahead and, for instance, continue this line, we should be able to bring this together. That means I can have some iron going up here in order to feed the iron gear assembler. Now let me actually think. Overall, I'm gonna need way more lines than just this one, but we're only gonna need 2 iron plate lines in total. So I think maybe to evenly distribute the lines, we'll have to do something like this, and then we can do another one of these, go up here. Yes, and look at that, we now have all of these iron lines. That makes sense, though we need to be careful here. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be needing that, so I can just continue the stone here. Let's maybe first take care of that. And I guess there will be another split. Well, we're not technically splitting it, but every time we are taking something away, I want to make sure that we fill up the other lines as well. So now this can continue here, and the stone would just follow along. Okay, now that makes much more sense. We can have one line going down here. We're going to be needing that in the future. Then I need a little bit of free space here, and this would be going down there. Yeah, towards the firearm magazine. And if I remember correctly, we needed some boost here to be able to pick them up quick enough. So this goes over... come on. You go over here and there, and we would be picking those up to build the firearm magazines. Then we also need access to copper. Maybe let's continue this along here. Wait, I think I'm gonna be needing a little bit more space. Yeah, I'm gonna be moving that. Then the copper can just continue, and we need to split it up here as well. One line will continue instead of this iron line, and the other line should probably go down here. Yeah, so let's actually do this in a similar way. This is gonna hop over there and there. We get 2 inserters to fill this up, and I guess just 1 inserter between the machines. Okay, and then we're missing steel. The steel I actually prepared right here, so we can take this right away. Need to be careful here. This will be going down, yes. And I'm gonna be needing it further down for the pipes and the gears. We can do that in just a second. Let's maybe first continue with this guy. Where are we gonna need the steel? Also down here probably, right? Yeah, let me see. I'm not so sure about this. If we split this up here, then I would only have to go over 1 block, right? Let's maybe continue this like so. And if I wanted this to go in the center as well, we could do that. Okay, as for the steel, we can split it up here as well. 1 line would be going to the machine, I guess. Yeah, let's take this one. I'm actually gonna bring it over to the other side so we can feed it from this side. And then this iron line only needs to continue until the piercing round magazine. Very nice. So we can input this material as well. Let's maybe get a substation in the joint, and this can already go ahead and run. Okay, then we only need to extract the piercing round magazines and continue them on their merry way. And then, considering we are extracting the grenades here as well on the right side of the belt, we might just want to swap this around. So if I just tell the piercing round magazines to only come out the left side here, and then what is going to happen, the magazines ending up on the left side, and therefore the grenades will be ending up on the right side. Okay, now I kind of did a portion of the next science pack. I first wanted to do the red and green ones, but it is important to have an overview of everything because the belts can get convoluted otherwise. Either way, instead of this line going over, I think we're going to be using that to go down here. Then, of course, the next line will be going to this guy, and then the next line going to this guy. And this way we can provide the last necessary materials to actually build the grenades. No, we're still gonna need coal. Wait, coal I have access to right over here. So thankfully I did not forget about it. I'm gonna have you over here. Now I'm gonna be needing a splitter for this. I guess it would be a 1, 2, 3 balancer. Yeah, let's get that going. We need some stuff here. Another one there. This would be going up and back into the contraption here. This would continue, and this would be our 3rd output. Now we have a 1, 2, 3 balancer, and this of course adds up because I planned it out. We then are gonna continue the coal lines to where we need them. For instance, the first one could probably end up here, right? Yeah, totally. We can bring the coal over here. That's gonna be easy. And then, ooh, wait, this is iron. Okay, then the next one would be here. So coal and iron. And the last one would be here, coal and iron. How wonderful is that? And we can just go ahead and add these guys to the machines and they're gonna function. Get another substation in the joint. Okay, I kind of like that. Now we have the piercing round magazines and the grenades on one belt. I should then be able to move this inserter over a little bit, so I have the opportunity to continue this and it will go somewhere in this direction. Okay, now this is where the stone is gonna come in, and also copper. We have copper still. Let's just continue with the stone here to cross over to the other side. We can then go ahead and introduce the stone somewhere here. This is actually perfect. Yeah. So this could then go ahead and supply all of these furnaces, while the copper continues to at least this machine here. But if I remember correctly, we also needed it for the science pack. So we'll have to split it at least one more time here. And I think what I'm gonna do is just bring this on top. Like so. So it's going to be on the left side. And that essentially means if I create some gears, they're going to be landing on the right side. And therefore, we already have these two materials that we can feed into the machines very easily. Now, in general, what I'm going to do with the science packs is I'm going to extract them with a stack inserter. And I'm even going to go a little further by adding 2 stack inserters on the very last machine. And this way, we just ensure to have the best chances of getting a fully compressed belt. And another thing I'm gonna do is the extraction belt is gonna be a yellow belt, okay? Because that's what we want to have. We want half a yellow belt, 7.5 packs per second. So let me go ahead, just complete the substations here. Wow, we just need 2. I love these guys. Then hop over here, hop over there, and we got our first output of red science packs. I should then be able to just continue the substations here. This is gonna add up nicely. But now we can see these machines are getting to work and we are starting to craft our packs. Wait. I did not mean to have this guy. Oh my gosh, what did I do? Of course, the gears aren't supposed to go into this direction. Okay, now let's take care of the green packs. We already got the copper here. I'm also gonna take this very last line here, and this is the line that's gonna go up, I think. And it also needs to split one more time. Why does it need to split? Ah, of course, for this gear and the circuit. And also this transport belt. Yeah, this is actually quite an important line here. So let me just do a little something like that. So we can get this rolling at the correct spot. It will have to go through here. That's clear. And it will have to go down as well. So let me just get this a little bit over. You go down and over here as well. Now we can insert the copper into the cables, right? And I wanted 2 of these usually to supply them. Yeah, sure. 2 of these and then 3 inserters right there. I want to insert gears and iron plates to the transport belt assembler. And I guess the same thing here. Yeah, gears and additionally electronic circuits. Ooh, where am I getting the circuits? Yeah, this doesn't make sense. What if I did something like this? So the iron plates are only on one side, and then I could easily extract the circuits on this side. Yes, and then add these to the machines as well. Now, I have the feeling once this is all moduled up, we're gonna be needing a lot more. So I'm just making sure we have some inserters pointing into the right directions. We're feeding the iron gears from the top and the bottom, and then maybe we're also feeding this with just enough inserters to always make sure we have enough. And then all we have to do is extract this on the other side and bring it down. Yeah, bring it down together on one belt. So that should be possible, like so. And this is naturally all we require in order to feed the logistic science packs. So that's gonna go in here. Quite literally, and you go out on the other side. And just like with the red ones, I'm gonna have 2 inserters on the very end. This would then be extracted on a yellow belt, and we can join up with the previous science pack here and bring this to the other side, like so. I feel like I don't want to do it like that. Yeah, let's just do a little loop here. So this goes down and over first. And this way I can join them up right here. And this would allow me to get this belt down and actually introduce it to the science labs. Good. So the only thing we're missing here is a substation, and that's it. We're crafting the green science packs as well. Oh, guys, I'm slowly getting excited now. What are you missing here? Iron plates. Wait a second. Yeah, we can feed that from the top. Wonderful. I really like where this is going. Sometimes the item distribution isn't quite as clear, but I think this way I try to make my intentions clear. Good, this already looks fairly decent. We just need to have inserters for these guys. Stack inserters, of course. And if I remember correctly, one was enough for those. The stone bricks will then be exported towards the other side. We bring these all together like so. And we're going to be producing more than we can take on half a belt, so we'll have to distribute them on both sides with a splitter like that. Then maybe one more here. Yeah, that should be good. And all we need to do is introduce these right here where we are building our walls. The walls will then be extracted towards the other side. What do we need for this? Grenade, piercing round magazines, and walls. So walls are the only things we need. My grenades and piercing round magazines are here, so we can just lead this through the stack inserters here. And I know I don't need this many underground belts, but I just like to fill everything up. I don't know why I have to do that, I just have to. And in order to get the walls out, we're gonna be needing the blue belts. And then the grenades and piercing round magazines, they can remain on a red belt. So we're going to be doing the weaving pattern like so. Provide these to all the machines, that should be good, and this line as well. All of these need to be input, so per assembler we have a red and a blue belt going in. Blue, red going in, red, blue. Oh, let me put that there. And then all we need is another substation here. Continue this belt. Oh, wait a second. This belt should end right here. And then we want to swap to yellow belts. Okay. So the science packs actually land on the yellow belts, also with 2 inserters at the very end. And then this would be combined with the blue signs. So in the end, blue signs would be coming up here and joining together with this line. Spidertrons, I need your help. Please finish that build for me so we can see that everything is working. Yes, looking good. We have the science packs being crafted and delivered, hopefully. Come on. Yes. Good. Next up, we have the chemical science pack. Let's get started with the simple stuff here. A little bit of iron for you and you. For the engine units, we just need the gears and pipes that we just built, and then the steel plates that I have available here. A red belt for the steel will be enough, so that's how I'm gonna start my weaving pattern for this guy. We can then extract the pipes on this side, for instance, like so. And the gears would be extracted right here, resulting in them combining together on a belt. And now we can just continue the weaving pattern. Get that all built. Okay, this is looking good. We should also have the space for a substation here, and then the machines are going to be extracted towards the top. Let's do that with fast inserters. Another substation here, and now we can just go ahead and extract these towards this side. Now, I already happen to know in the future we're also going to be needing the engine units for the electric engine units. So what we have to do at this point is split it up. One line is going to continue down in order to feed the science packs. And then somewhere along here, I will have to bring it down. I'm not exactly sure this is the actual spot, but I will have to bring it down in order to feed to these machines. So I'm just preparing it like so. Good, now let's make sure we have all of these inserters at the ready. Can I set up another substation here? That might actually be handy. Wait a second, this is still on the wrong side of the belt. Oh no, what trickery do I have to do? We could just turn this around, why not, and bring it down here. This would make it land on the other side of the belt. Okay, nice. Now the engine units can start to craft, and they will end up right here. Nice. The engine units are the ones that can be on the slower belt. Therefore, I'm gonna get started with that. And then we need the sulfur and advanced circuits that we prepared over here. So these can just follow along until we have them all the way to the other side. They can go down. Oh man, this adds up nicely. I'm so glad. And then just continue the weaving pattern here. Then as usual, just add our stack inserters to import these materials. The science packs will be extracted the other side, of course, as usual, with 2 at the end. And on a yellow belt, you go over here and join up with the military science packs. Nice. All we're missing is a bunch of substations to supply this with power. And we have all of our science assemblers going for it, except this one. Why? We were just missing the engine units. Okay. Next up, we have the production science pack. And this one is a little bit more complex because we need a furnace, we need production modules, and the worst, we need rails. First things first, we're gonna ship the materials a little bit further down. Man, I don't have any belts. I'm gonna need to feed one line of stone into the furnaces, and then one line is gonna go into the rails themselves. However, one red line should be enough. We can do the weaving pattern here as well. This would be the end of the line for the first stone. Let's just bring this down and connect it here. We'll have to rearrange it slightly when we start to introduce the other lines. For instance, I'm gonna need one line for the furnace here. Yeah, also advanced circuits and stone bricks. The stone bricks obviously are coming from the furnaces here. That means I need the steel on the right side of the belt, so those two materials connect. And I think, yeah, we could do this easily by making this go over here. And now we have it on the right side of the belt. This can then just go ahead and continue, and we'll have to have a whole bunch of inserters to feed this machine. Lastly, I need access to the advanced circuits, and for that I need a combined line of advanced circuits and normal electronic circuits. Also for these guys here, they require just that. So we're gonna take a blue belt of those combined materials, which I think, yeah, we prepared that in one of the previous episodes. I think this line here will eventually continue, so I'm just gonna build it like so. I also need the second stone line to actually continue here. Can we do this conveniently? Not really, but something like that wouldn't be the worst. Though now it's not really convenient to introduce these circuits, is it? No. Well, actually, I think we can do it. Let's go up here. This then means I can still continue the steel line here quite easily. And then we just make sure to start the weaving pattern a little bit earlier. Like right here seems to be perfect. So this goes down and over, being introduced into the weaving pattern. We come out here at the very end where we only need these two additional materials. Well, only the advanced circuit, but we're gonna continue even further in order to feed these guys. Now, that seems to be a reasonable and decent plan. Let's see if it adds up. You get a bunch of inserters like so. Wait, I only need the red belts. The electronic furnace will then be exported out the right side, so it lands on the right side of the belt. Yeah, that makes sense. And if I continue this, then I can extract the other ones here as well, and they will be on the left side of the belt. Right here, it's not going to be quite as convenient to place the substations. I might actually have to abandon my pattern here a little bit. Good, now we have the furnace and the productivity modules. That's already 2 ingredients. Now the rest here is reserved just to build the rails. In order to build the rails, I'm gonna need access to my stone here, and it will continue even further. Let's just hop over here. Good, brought it all the way up to here. Where do we need it? Just for the rails. Yeah, I think the stone needs to go up one, and then we can hop over here. Let's do it earlier. I think I need space to also introduce the iron. But if I do something like that, I can grab the stone for these rails, and I can also do it for these guys. And I think I actually need to grab the stone from either side. So what I'm gonna do is only hop until here and until there. And what I can do now is add 2 inserters for each of the machines just for stone. Then let's say we introduce the iron here, and the iron is actually gonna be coming from the bottom. I remember now. So it will be coming up here, joining these guys and feeding them into the stick machine. The sticks will be coming out on either side in order to combine them on a belt. And we can probably just do it right here. So if I connect these together, then we can continue to feed the sticks to the machines just like we did with the stone. 2 inserters, 1 on either side. The last material are the steel plates. We can introduce them as well. Steel plates also coming from the bottom. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, that means I can just bring you along here, and then we do the very same thing again. Now we have stone, sticks, and steel right here. We just need to provide iron plates and steel, which I think I must have prepared, but I forgot where. Also, I feel like I'm missing some beacons here. Let me see. There should be beacons. Yeah, maybe right at this spot. This should be already beaconed up. Let's try to accomplish that. Must have forgotten that in my blueprint. But now this makes a little bit more sense because I do have the space, like 2 belts. Steel is coming along right here. Okay, we just need to connect it without interfering with this guy. So what if the iron just moved over? That's possible. That still leaves us with the steel problem here. What if we did that? I'm not so sure. I might rearrange that later on when I know exactly what's going on here. But for now, I just want to make it work. So now we have iron and steel, what I wanted to see. Okay, I mean, it's not the worst, but I think I might work on that a little bit more. Either way, we can now go ahead and introduce the materials. The iron should be going here. Let's do a loop. Make you hop over here and there, and that should already be it. Iron being fed to the machine. Okay, like that. We're then gonna do something similar with the steel. I feel like this might interfere in the future, but we'll see about that. Main thing is we now have also steel available. Okay, Spidertrons, help me build the rest of this. Before setting up the power poles here, we need to think about the rail extraction. I'm gonna need a lot of inserters to get these rails out. Let's get started with 4 per machine. These 2 lines can then easily be combined together, for instance like this. Same thing on the other side. We're gonna connect it here like that, and then it can start to go to where it needs to go. Let's maybe just move them over for now. And we need a lot of these. So they would just go down here, and the next line would be fed to the second set of productivity signs. Now I only need access to this line here as well. And if we're lucky, we can just hop over. No, not really. But we do have an opportunity here at the bottom, and we need it at the bottom either way. So it's good to go down here as well. And then hop over here. Wonderful. This is exactly where I need them in order to start my weaving pattern as usual. Do the same thing with the blue belts. Good. That means we now have access to all 3 ingredients for this pack. And all we have to do is set up the inserters again. Make sure 1 red and 1 blue line is hooked up. Ooh, right here I have to switch. Wait a second. The first line of rails I'm using up for these 4 assemblers. That means the second line of rails will come from here. And that also means I want to switch up the pattern altogether, actually. Yeah, this is not good. I have to start this one sooner. Let me think. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. If I do it like so, then I can start the weaving pattern 1 sooner. Let's maybe get these out and move them over. Oh no, it also took away my floor. Okay, now this makes sense because now I can bring these down and then it's just gonna feed the second set of rails to these machines. And productivity modules and furnaces can also continue along here. Get my inserters running again and we're golden. So all I have to take care of is the extraction part and then of course power everything up. Some yellow belt for you, and this is the first line, so it would combine with the yellow science pack, the utility one. Good, that means all I'm missing is the second set of rails here, and let me actually make this symmetrical with the bottom. So this would now continue all the way along here to this guy. Okay, and that means we will be ready to power things up, but I really cannot get a substation in here. So I think as a little exception, we're gonna be using normal power poles for this one. Yeah, I can actually kind of live with that. We just have to hook it up to this guy, and now everything should start to work. We're getting the rails, despite the fact it's still slow at the moment. But yeah, certain aspects of this I might actually fine-tune once we get everything in place, so I know where I can make the belts a little bit straighter. Wait a second, I totally forgot to extract the pipes. Yeah, that's what we were missing to actually produce the rails. Wonderful. Nice. I think we got it all for this science pack. The next one would be the utility one. So I'm assuming we're going to be doing it the same way as with the other ones, which is extracting it this way, and it will be going up joining with this line. What do we need for these? Processing units, flying robot frames, and low density structures. So the only thing we're missing are the flying robot frames and therefore also the electric engine units. To build the engine units, we need some electronic circuits that we have available here. And we also need access to the engine units, which I prepared right here. Yeah, oh no, this power pole is in the way. So this would be going here, and we have engine units. the engine units will be tagging along here and they will be fed into these machines. But we need to do some weaving stuff again. Yeah, well, maybe first of all, let's make sure electronic circuits and engine units land on the same belt. So we can just continue this, come over here, and then we will be joining up with this line. Therefore, we have engine units and electronic circuits on the same belt. We should be able to see that. Yeah, nice. Okay, so we just need the lubricant. We can easily introduce that from the top. Looks like we have some more power problems. Where is my lubricant? Wait a second. I have no idea. I think it's at the top. Right here, actually. Okay, that should be fairly easy. Just bring lubricant further down. And this is actually already the spot. Very nice. So just connect this up and we have all the ingredients. So if we do a weaving pattern going in, I think that might be the best. So we would be introducing that stuff and then exporting it here on red belts. You continue like so, and these would be the inserters going out. Powering this up should actually be fairly easy. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. Now we can see these guys are working. The only problem we have, we still need to get this out. That means another underground belt here. Yeah, that actually adds up and allows me to get the electric engine units out. For the flying robot frames, we need steel plates, batteries, electronic circuits, and the engine units. So I think what I would like to see is maybe another underground belt here introducing the steel. So if we go under here and there, we could just connect these lines, and that means steel would be on the left side. I can easily get the steel by just splitting it up here. Yeah, do a little split there and do that. Nice. Now we have these two materials already in the joint. Now, thinking about it, I still need to split up the electronic circuits, and I can do... Oh no, this is a problem, but I just noticed I have an entire line here that I can utilize. So this is where I'm probably going to introduce the batteries, and then I just need to combine it with the electronic circuits. And then, oh my gosh, before I forget, we need a third line here, which is going to be reserved for the low density structure. So we want to underground belt this either way. Low density structures would be joining up here. Yes, and they need to go all the way over in order to be fed to these guys. Good. Maybe let's do already a weaving pattern here, so we know these materials are sorted out. And now if we do the same thing with red, we're gonna run into an issue here, aren't we? Yeah, I don't want this to connect. We have to do this differently. For now, I'm just gonna do that because I don't think we are gonna utilize the space here at the bottom. But this will actually allow us to complete the build here. Wait, I think we can do this with just fast inserters and then yellow ones to get these out. And of course, I kind of want to bring them into the other direction. So let's make sure this is happening. That means another weaving pattern, and we'll have to adjust some of the inserters. But yeah, at this point we are out, and therefore finish the pattern here as well. Okay, all we need is a little bit of power here as well, which we can easily provide. And batteries. Nice. So batteries and electronic circuits will be coming from here. Let's maybe first check out where the batteries are gonna land. Batteries are on the right side of the belt at the moment, and they could easily continue here. Then we make sure to avoid the iron there and continue here. Ah, this is perfect. Okay, batteries are tagging along. What is not so perfect is that they are on the right side of the belt, because I still need to introduce here the electronic circuits, and how the heck am I gonna do that? You know, it might have been more convenient to have the circuits on the top row. Let me try that. So steel would be going down one row, like so, and the circuits would be joining there. So now I have circuits here, and they would be going down. Okay, now I have to make sure that we don't actually mix this all up. Steel can now just go straight and still join this guy. It's just gonna use up the left side of the belt, but that's fine. Actually, let's bring this a little bit further, and this way I can bring the circuits still down, but then use a inserter to also get circuits up. This is gonna be the solution. Maybe let's use a stack inserter just to make sure this goes quick enough. Let's actually use it here. I like that better. Okay, very nice. Some lighting shenanigans, and we should be done with this one. We have one output here in the form of flying robot frames. Processing units and low density structures is what we still need. The low density structures are obviously gonna come from here. We can just continue this. Let me move this across here and go up. Can we do that? Also, before I forget, the blue circuits, they will also somehow have to travel up. Maybe we can just go ahead and then join this line here with the blue circuits. And what I would like to see for the low density structure here is to cross the rocket silo, because we need that for the rocket silo as well. And then maybe at this point we move over, so we can go ahead, hop over the beacon, and then just go over. And we want to join the line of flying robot frames, so we can fill up that belt. So we just do that and that and that and that, and oh my gosh. It's a little bit confusing, but we are definitely getting there. So now low density structures I have right here, totally available, and all we want is to connect it with this guy. Let's maybe make sure all of this is being built so we can test if I did it correctly. Low density structures, yes, they're tagging along. Going up here, looking good. Wait, I lost track. Where is it? Right there. And it's joining the flying robot frames. That means 2 of the materials for the science pack already out of the way. And then here we have the processing units tagging along. Let's go ahead and introduce the weaving pattern here as well, because we have 3 materials. So I'm just taking my blue circuits, going up here, going over, and we can start weaving at this point. And just like that, we really have all the materials available. We just need some inserters here and there. Inserters to get the science packs out, with 2 at the very end. And right here, we should be able to set up substations. And will you look at that? It is actually functioning. Maybe some lights. Nice. Very good. That means we now have all of the science packs out of the way, except for the white one. But will you look at that? 3 beautiful outputs here for us. That means what is left to do? Well, we need to place a rocket silo. Also, we'll have to build everything necessary to feed the satellite machine here. We already got low density structures, so that was really easy. Low density structures will also be delivered to the rocket silo. And I think at this point, I quickly need to get back to the main hub in order to refuel, get some more materials. I'll be right back. Good. I feel like I'm ready for the last step. All we need to do is supply the silo. Should be fairly easy. Let's set this up. We need a whole bunch of materials for the satellite, which we haven't provided yet. Some of them I input myself with Shift-C in order to empty my inventory. Let's figure out how we could do this part, because we need some space for it and also certain materials like the batteries. So first and foremost, we need a little bit of space. So I'm gonna try to get rid of this line a little bit. Then it might be wise to first bring the batteries along here. I already prepared a steel line from the initial setup, so this can go up. And it will end up at the correct spot with steel on the right side, and therefore we can use this machine to introduce the circuits. I think the way we can do this is splitting this up a little bit earlier, this line right here, and then one can continue. And this is exactly what we need for the solar panels and such. We can then also add copper cables to this machine, and the cables go into the electronic circuit machine. I can then potentially do something like that, extract the circuits right there and put them on this side of the belt. Let's maybe give this a good test with a little bit of power. We still need the iron from here. Okay, that works, and we got the circuits. Very nice. So now we can just continue this and set up a bunch of inserters. Get a stack inserter in the center here, and then maybe a long-handed one for the other materials. Add a power pole right there. Nice. Batteries and iron plates. That also means we need long-handed inserters for the iron plates, and the batteries, they should land on this belt here. No, wait, that's wrong. The batteries are coming from the other side, of course. Nice. With that out of the way, we already took care of the solar panels and the accumulators. That means we just need a bunch of iron gear wheels to feed to this guy, and iron plates right here, and then electronic circuits we can also get like so. I don't think we actually need to go with stack inserters here. Like the radars, they can be produced at a low frequency, and they can even be extracted with a yellow inserter. Now let's see, I think I can set up the power poles a little bit better by just setting them up here in the center of the machines. This is much better. Also space for 2 lights. And then the satellites can just tag along here, and they will end up at the correct spot to introduce. No, wait, these are the radars. They need to end up here. Ooh, yeah, let's make them end up here, and I can introduce them like so. This is too wonky. What is this belt? Ah, of course, the batteries. I think we might be able to continue them like so. Yeah, that might actually look good. No, 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 you're on the wrong side. Wait, wait. I catch you. I need them to move differently. Oh man, I want to go like so, and then up there like that. Okay, and now I can finally introduce the radars here. Whoops, one thing I totally forgot about is the extraction of the items here. Yeah, the batteries would be in the way this way. I think what I want to do at this point is reroute the advanced circuits. They can do something like this and then join again. Okay, I think easier would be to just use long-handed inserters. Yeah. This way I can extract these generators and have them land on this line, combine them together with the solar panels like so. And now I can have my batteries going straight up. Yeah, this is fairly clean. Let's just bring these along here and also introduce them there. We are gonna need lots of them, so stack inserter. Now the only thing we're missing is the rocket fuel, right? And processing units. The processing units I have available right here, so they will be introduced as such. Then finally we have our rocket fuel. Oh, I already extracted that, so rocket fuel is gonna end up here. You know what? This would actually make it fairly convenient to maybe move all of these lines one down and then just go straight with the rocket fuel through here. We could then add the rocket fuel to the silo as well and also introduce it at the bottom. Is this possible? Yeah, I might run into a little conflict here. No, I decided otherwise. What I'm gonna do is go down here. This just makes more sense to me. I can then do that and that. Let's also, actually at this point, what I want to do is combine the rocket fuel together with the rocket control units. Let's see, we have our output right here that we could combine together, right? Yeah, just have a splitter in the sense of a merger. And then at this point, we bring those two materials together. This is good. They can then go here and join the blue line. Ooh, wait. I think I'm gonna need some wiggle space here in order to set up two inserters at least. Yeah, that should be good. So two inserters like so, feeding the silo. Now, before I actually start this, I want to make sure the silo does have the productivity modules. And then technically we just need the rocket fuel to continue. So if I can do this and set up a splitter, no, right there, with the right side filtering out the control units. Wait, I can even have this guy one further. Okay, nice. This can now just continue and also be fed to the machine. Now, all I need is a little bit of power we can provide, and everything should pop in. This is looking fairly decent. I'm not gonna need speed modules for this one, so I'm just adding efficiency ones. Okay, now also the rocket silo is going for it. We are providing everything, and then eventually one satellite will be built. That means at some point I want to go ahead and extract the science packs, which is going to happen, I think, right here. I first want to extract them into a storage bin and then out into a belt. The belt is going to continue along here, and I think we will just go up at this point, go across there, and then we can use the top portion here to move them over to the science labs. So they will end up somewhere here. Now wait a second, are we really done? I mean, apart from the modules and the speed beacons, but I think we did hook up everything to function. No, there's actually a little addition we are still missing, and that is this top portion here. So what I estimated is that we still need a little bit more circuits, a tiny amount, and this is what is going to happen right here. So we introduce that there and there, get those circuits out of there, and then we can just, let's see, move along here, go beneath that, and go over there. And this is gonna join our already established electronic circuit line. It's also gonna land on the correct side of the belt. That's good. I don't want it on the other side there. So you need a little bit of power. Let's give it to you, and we're golden. That's now all the machines hooked up. We're just waiting for the first rocket to launch. Let's also auto launch with cargo. And then one very important thing I cannot forget is to hook up this storage bin here. So essentially what I would like to see is the storage bin hooked up with these two inserters, and then we're just gonna check for a certain amount of science packs in here. Let's say white science packs. If we are below 5,000, then we want to activate these inserters, because otherwise all the materials are always going to be used up for the rocket silo, no matter if we have enough or not. And this way, when we have 5,000 packs here in the storage bin, only then it's gonna wait, sucking up the materials, also leaving some for the other parts of the factory. But yeah, I gotta say, I'm pretty happy. To wrap up this episode, we're gonna launch one rocket, so we have all of the science packs ready, and I lied again, we're gonna build this in the next episode. But I have to say, I'm really excited for this part now. Of course, it's still gonna be kind of slow in the beginning, but as we ramp up, we're gonna be golden. Also, I should now have enough power to sustain at least a little bit of it. We have 25,000 solar panels and 22,000 accumulators, producing quite a bit of power for us. Made a crucial mistake, forgot the long-handed inserters here for the batteries. So I'm guessing as soon as we completed the science part and consuming our first science packs, we will have a better picture of what mistakes I made and how we can start the debugging process, which definitely will still happen here, even though I planned it out quite carefully. But it's not going to be a space issue. The only debugging we'll have to do is maybe connect some of the lines, maybe merge them in order to supply the right amount of materials. Maybe we'll also find a better spot to introduce those electronic circuits somewhere. And then once we think the module is perfect, this is when I'm gonna blueprint it and we can just paste it all over the place. One addition that I would like to make is a nuclear reactor here, but I'm not sure I have the proper space for it, but it would be great if it was able to provide its own power. We are at 99, 100% preparing. Ooh, yes, we are just missing the satellite. Some accumulators, they are lacking behind because I forgot the inserters. Maybe something I can already do is fill these up with speed modules, because I happen to know that I have to do that in the end. 2 assemblers with speed modules is the amount we need to keep the satellite production satisfied. Wait a second, I'm also requiring rocket fuel here, so this here is totally unnecessary. Yeah, my bad. We need the rocket fuel. Okay, no problem. Yeah, we're almost there. Just one more accumulator. Give it, give it, give it. Oh, it giveth and it taketh. Wait, I'm missing one inserter. The most important one. There we go. The rocket should be launching now. That's what I'm talking about. This is a historic moment where we completed the mega module, at least some of it. And now the science packs are being extracted, of course. They will be tagging along here, going beneath there, and they will also end up at the spot where we need them. Very good. I have to say, I like that. All of the science packs at the ready. So the next time we will actually dive back into producing research. I mean, I don't even know what was going on with the starter base. It didn't even do that much research. Yeah, I don't even want to know. But imagine this thing here, right here, is producing 1 science pack per second at the maximum. This entire thing right here, let's actually copy this over, well, like that, and we compare it. Look at that. This is absolutely insane. I mean, it did take a lot of planning to get it cramped into this space. But geez, I think this is a really good approach to build a megabase, because now we will not have that much train traffic just shipping these materials, contrary to other megabases where you just build everything individually and ship everything with trains. I mean, we will only have to take care of these resources, and then when we want 450 more science packs per minute, we just have to build this. I mean, it's crazy. I love it. But yeah, I would say with that out of the way, we're gonna wrap it up, and in the next episode, we're gonna do the research. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. This was probably a longer episode. Oh, we can already see some debugging stuff we have to do. For instance, we have to balance the lines so they are used up evenly. But yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. Thanks for watching. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.